We're back to WhiteClaw Tracy. Well, I'm just saying she's more than just WhiteClaw Tracy to us.
She's more than WhiteClaw Tracy to me.
But anyway.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio. It's a blast! It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. We'd love it if you come hang out. Lots of our YouTube channel, our Twitch, like so active. It's, you know, in fact, it's too active. ChatGPT is saying, why are you doing so much video content? And the answer is we built a prison. We built a glorious, big, glorious prison. And there's nothing we can do about it. So come on over. You might as well come on over and join in our Watch the Demise at Tom and Dan Live. At Tom and Dan Live on everything.
The prison industry makes lots of money. How are we getting that business?
Yeah, yeah.
How are we getting the prison business?
Can we set it up for listeners to do that? What's that thing where you can go and you can buy like prisoners? You can get them like a bag of Cheetos for like $90. That's good. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, where they jack up the prices crazy. So if you if your brother rapes somebody and is in jail, that's a horrible scenario. I don't know why I went that way, but let's go with it. Let's go with it. Your brother rapes somebody and he's in jail, and you want to buy him a bag of Cheetos for Christmas because he really loves the Cheeto goodness in his Cheetos. It's like $90 for that bag of Cheetos. We need to get in that business.
This is how love after lockup starts.
I was introducing Tracy as WhiteClaw Tracy. And then I realized that that's kind of disrespectful.
Oh, no, because I made her a theme song.
We're back to WhiteClaw Tracy. Well, I'm just saying she's more than just WhiteClaw Tracy to us.
She's more than WhiteClaw Tracy to me.
But anyway, WhiteClaw Tracy.
Okay, WhiteClaw Tracy's here. Here's her theme song. I'm going easy breezy on these. Let's do it.
It's WhiteClaw Tracy.
All right.
Okay. All right.
That's it. That's all you get. I don't even know what it is.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, there she is.
Hi, thank
I
you.
thought it like embodied you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. That was a little whatever that was at the end.
Yeah, I
So,
enjoyed it.
Tracy, let's talk about, first let's talk WhiteClaw, of course.
Yes.
I drink it, you drink it. It's my favorite seltzer.
Well, if I were drinking right now, it'd be something. I drink 9 of them. What are you talking about? I've always been. I was the first
9 will hurt
ever.
you. I've been 9 before.
9 is bad, and I'll
9
tell
is
you.
bad.
And the math
12's
and the
worse.
math doesn't work the same. You can 9 regulars. If you do 4 surge, you're gone.
Oh, you're done.
4 surge, you might as well you're done.
I've
Lights out.
walked back from a state park shower on let's say 9 to 12 White Claws and a little extra.
Yeah. Plus.
Whatever that plus.
Plus.
So we call that Cobra Plus.
We call it Cobra Plus.
And I almost fell over into an ant pile because I was like, I've lost motor function. And then I was like, where am I? They're like, have you ever drank so much and then plus that you looked around and you're like, I don't know where I'm like, I don't know where my car or RV is. And then I'm like looking, I'm like, oh man, if my wife catches me lost, I'm gonna be in trouble.
If my wife catches me
In the
lost.
woods.
She's like, you're lost.
I have like a dialogue with myself where I talk to myself and I'm like, do you know where you're at? And then, but the answer is different than you think. I'm like, do you know where you're at? Do you know how I answer that? I go, good. That doesn't even make any sense if you think about it. Do you know where you're at? And the answer is good.
Yeah.
That makes 0 sense.
Okay, so Tracy, you
Yes.
just recently went to Europe
Yes.
over the winter break,
Yes.
and I want to hear about it because you were there for 18 days, which me and Daniel were talking about.
Jesus.
It's a long-ass time to be in Europe.
Yeah.
It's a very long
With
time.
your family. I mean, it's different to be like, oh, I went to Europe. I was working. I was there for like,
Yeah, usually it's a week.
Yeah, but you were there with your husband and your son.
Yes. It was funny. Every time we bumped into people and they asked us what we were doing, and we would kind of say,
You on holiday.
They were
on holiday.
Yeah, well, I would say I was on holiday. I started using terms like, let's take the lift. Like, what's an elevator, right? Take the lift. I'm very European now. But
Let me suck your willy.
So you can't say
They
that.
would
I don't know if you can or
ask,
not.
everybody would ask if we were there to see family, which I thought was really interesting. And we're like, no, we're just here. And they're like, oh, you're here for that long to not see, and we're like, no, but the key to it was we hopped around a lot. So we didn't just stay in one place. So we left the day school let out, and we got home the last day of school day.
Yeah, I thought I ran within vacation margins, and that was after an 18-day vacation, you get back the day before school is insane.
I thought Mason was going to miss his first day of school because I thought it started Monday, and I was like, well, you're going to miss the first day of school. And then I checked the calendar because he was on the phone with his friend the night before, and I'm like, why is he not in bed? And he's like, we don't have school tomorrow, Mom. And so I'm at the airport pulling up the schedule.
When did school? That is
what you mean that they get that free day before they go
teacher
back?
work day.
Yeah, it's like a hurricane day. I think that it slides because there's no hurricanes this season. Like you got that extra. Having that one day extra, that's always a surprise. Because I was surprised too. Because I was like, all right, I'm like, you guys, we've thrown off our schedule. You guys are sleeping till 11, 12. You're staying up
till lunch. That's awesome.
You know that
up until 3 something.
Wake up and have a hot dog.
And I'm like, we're resetting. We got to get back. I was supposed to start days ago, but we have one day. We're going back on Monday, and then I remembered, like, Tuesday. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
One more day to do.
You guys can stay up as late as you want.
We will have this conversation tomorrow.
No, it was funny you say that because my son, I caught him at like 3:30 in the morning on his iPad, like on his phone,
I know what you call it.
talking to his friends, and I'm like, you have to go to sleep. Like, we're getting up in the morning to go tour, do things, and he's like, no, but my friends are still awake because of it was a 5-hour time difference.
Poor thing, he doesn't understand time change.
Well, he did, but he was mad about it. Towards the end of the vacation, he started to get mad. He's like, I've been with you guys all vacation. Like, he's
an only, right?
Yes, he's an only.
I knew that, but I'm just confirming in case there are secret things you wanted to tell us. I will say that was the only drawback to me being an only.
Yeah.
Is that when you get drug around on a vacation, there's nowhere else for you to go. And unless you have friends that you made at the resort or at the hotel or whatever, then you're kind of with mom and dad.
Yeah, and where we were, there was nowhere to make friends.
At least he has a phone to jump on, though. I had to literally talk to my parents.
Well,
and you can't talk to a deck of Uno cards. You can't be texting with Uno cards. You can't like pick up, like, what did I have? Game Boy? That was nice when we got that. Yeah. But I didn't have that for a while. I'm 49 years old.
I remember going on vacation with my parents, and then all you had is just music to listen to. That was
CD player or your tape cassette
They didn't do
player.
tapes. My parents did comedy tapes. Sometimes we had Jerry Clower. He's a Southern comedian. They talk like this. Like he trying to talk like my dad. He had a bunch of characters within his universe that he would talk about. It's like Southern humor with a bunch of characters he would talk about. Like, my cousin's crazy. His name is Clovis. And he would kind of tell these crazy stories. And then we had self-help. We had like Jerry Clower tapes, or there was a self-help gentleman named Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar.
Yeah,
and my mom
like
and dad,
famous.
and my dad, like, we'd get to our rest area and pull over, and then it would be time to flip the tape. And so I'd hand it was a binder of tapes, like a huge, like a baseball card binder of tapes, and you would open it, and each self-help tape, there were like 25 self-help tapes in the collection. And my dad had the Zig Ziglar self-help collection. And he would take one of the tapes out, hand it up to Dad. He'd hand you the one, and you'd put them in order because there were different things. It's like, this one's anxiety. This
we didn't do
parenting.
any of that.
This is like drinking. We
didn't do any of that. We just put our headphones on and ignored our parents. That's what me and my brother did.
Yeah.
And we ignored each other.
I'm too old for headphones. No such thing. No such thing as headphones.
But yeah, so it was 18 days. And like I said, we had we hopped around. So we went to Manchester first because there's a direct flight from Orlando to Manchester, which is so much better than having to fly into like London Heathrow, where you're having to either go to New York or Atlanta and getting your bags and going through, getting the connections from international terminal to, it's just a hassle.
How much smaller is the Manchester experiencing the Manchester airport compared to the London airport? Is it
smaller? But it's big. It's a big airport. I will say this. Mike and I actually had a discussion about European airports versus like our airports.
Yeah.
I said they must come over and be very shocked because when you go into their airports, their terminal, you walk in and it is an open air store. You're literally walking the pathway and it's all duty free, but it's all like open. So there isn't just like, this is the news store, how like Orlando's airport is very segmented with their little like, here's where the headphones are sold and here's where you get your newspaper and soda. We had no choice but to walk by the perfume, every single liquor bottle. Like, I mean, that is just the funnel that it takes you.
So it's like Freeport, Bahamas, it sounds like.
It's really elegant. And so then when you go in,
nice. It's just open.
Yeah, it's just all open, and I mean, huge ceilings. It was gorgeous. And then when you go in further, then they'll have like your high-end stores, which you can then, duty-free shop. But all of that is also near the gates.
Who's buying that stuff?
Okay, I got a question for you. When
you're traveling internationally, it's like tickets are $8,000 or whatever, like, and then you care about paying or getting a discount on taxes on some big jumbo bottle of cologne.
Well,
who buys anything at the airport? Okay, so you ask
did buy stuff at the airport.
You ask a very great question. Okay, just got off the Bright Line last weekend, right?
Nah.
Two they looked very well-to-do black ladies got on our thing, and they had the most newly purchased Louis Vuitton from the airport store at whatever our airport is, MCO or whatever you call it, that I've ever seen, loading it all on the train.
Yeah, people buy. I mean,
I don't know how to answer your question, but all I'm weighing in is to say that I saw it, and Maisie goes, wow, like, because May is at the age now where she recognizes stuff like that. She goes, wow, that's a lot of Louis Vuitton. I go, yeah, baby, they have a lot of money, and they are spending it at the airport bag store. And it's not even a Louis Vuitton store. It's a secondary vendor that carries trendy Louis Vuitton. So I don't know.
And so
we bought soccer cards. We didn't buy anything.
Hey,
we didn't buy anything.
It's your money.
We were looking for liquor, but because there's a certain bottle of liquor that my husband was interested in, but we couldn't find it, so we didn't buy anything like that.
So what was your guys' plan? I know you guys saw a lot of soccer.
Yeah, so the whole plan was basically soccer, or as I had to call it over there, football. And I was not allowed to wear my soccer mom shirt that I had bought. Mason did not allow that. He's like, no, Mom, do not even bring it. So
did you wear your MILF shirt?
I you know what, I left that one at home too. That one no one saw. It was under the sweaters. It was so cold. Yeah. No, so our plan was to go see soccer matches, and we went and saw 5 of them. 4 of them were Premier League. The 5th one was the league that's under the Premier League.
Yeah,
so,
lingerie league is the 4th. That was for Mason. We got your son. He's a young teen boy.
That one was.
We took him to lingerie soccer. It's awesome.
That one was really interesting because it was just when in the hospitality area. Every man in there was like gray hair, old man. Like this was like their soccer club from like when they were kids, and now they're just like a bunch of old men that would sit at a pub having pints. They were very. I was like, this is not. They weren't. I didn't feel like they were tourists. I felt like this is like what they do on the weekends to support their team. There's just a bunch of old men, and they go there and meet each other and have hospitality packages.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very like roughnecks.
An excuse to drink when you get to be an older man, right? You go and you find like-minded guys that fought in
watching soccer in a pub in Europe.
I picked a pub by these 2 old men that were sitting by the windows by themselves, not talking to each other, and I said, let's go in there. And we just sat down, and there were only 4 of us, and none of us spoke. And I was like, but it was just cool. These old men just sipping their pints at like 12 in the afternoon, doing nothing.
The atmosphere, because you've been to, are you and your husband and son trying to check off as many like big name EPL stadiums as you can? Is that kind of the goal here? Because you've done a lot of this. Are you going to branch out to South American soccer stadiums? Because that would be cool too.
So next,
and who's the driving force? Is it really
my
your
husband.
Boy or is it Mike?
It's my husband.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like this is his kid dream, and now he can afford it.
That's cool. Right, I didn't know you were such a psycho soccer guy. I love that. I love that.
I think it got reborn when my kids started playing.
Sure.
Even though we only play rec league, we're not like competitive or anything.
Hey, that's all it takes to ignite the dream.
Yeah.
Doesn't take much.
And now so that's what my kids also involved in, like interested in. So it makes it easier. And now Mom's along for the ride, and I love merch and stuff. So but no. So we did. He picked matches that like fit into our travel schedule. So what we did was we flew to Manchester. We spent the first weekend in Manchester. So our first match we saw. We arrived on Friday morning, and our first match was Saturday. So we saw Man City versus West Ham.
Okay.
Great. It was a great match. Not really a Man City fan for
How's the atmosphere in the stadium?
Fun. They're very fun and different than you say, Orlando,
match.
yeah, or even Miami, because I've been down to a Miami match.
How's it different?
The away fans. They're there, like they're there because they can be there.
Yes,
it's so cool to see literally, the
You can
size
take
of
a
our
train to see
supporter
your
section.
rival, right?
Yeah, like a 20-minute tube ride.
Been around so much longer that of course there's a lot more away fans traveling.
Yeah, and I
easier.
mean it doesn't take that long to travel around there. So worst case scenario, maybe you're an hour out. Maybe you're out to Liverpool for an hour. Like it's nothing.
Do you do the same thing that like Orlando City does or MLS is put all the away fans in one section and
and they have to stay there. Yeah,
I think they even
them.
take
They have
it more
separate
seriously
entrances.
than we do.
Very much so.
Oh yeah, with violence. Some
There used to
hooligan
be,
is stabbing you.
like in the 70s, like I think from the end of the 60s and then throughout the 70s, even into the 80s, and maybe a little in the 90s. And there's good books about it. I'm blanking on the one that I was gifted by some of when we first started Orlando City, and I say we because Tom and I were there. Some of the British people that were there would kind of foster you and I and give us like, hey, read this book, mate. It'll teach you about the hooligan.
Yeah,
so I've
exactly.
got some of that stuff but yeah, that was like a real deal. So I think
And
they
I
have
know-
zero tolerance to it now.
And I know a lot of
Yes.
people died and there was a lot of violence, but
trampolines, yeah.
those are the good old days in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
So
Like when it was dangerous
you're
to go
speaking
to a match.
broadly.
Yeah. And
Do
then
you-
you could be
Trampled.
I mean, and you will get in a fight if
I almost did.
you start
You almost did.
Well, I mean,
walking into the rivals
I would have been
stadium.
part of it.
Yeah.
And you better.
And they pull your shirt over your
Yeah.
head, and they use one of
Oh,
those,
yeah.
that leather tool that's metal, got a blackjack, and they whack your teeth out of your
Yeah,
face.
I like that.
we were very careful with what merch we were wearing, where we were at, but yeah. So when we went,
nowadays there's nothing to worry
well,
about.
when we went to Man United,
Everybody's a P word.
everybody started gathering towards the doors of the stadium, and it's just like it's brick and then these metal red doors, and then when the metal red doors open, that's where they check your tickets and everything. So underneath, because you're kind of underneath the stadium, like the steps of the stadium.
And what stadium is this again?
It's Man United's Old Trafford.
Great. Old
So
Trafford.
when you're like under it, and then so I'm trying to now go. It's kind of like you think of the Coliseum, like that there's like an area underneath where you can walk under the steps. So I'm walking
where the lions
but
poop.
but everybody is now these big clumps of people in front of these doors. Well, this old man that I was kind of following, he started cutting through the path. You guys were talking about this the other day, like cutting through the line.
Okay.
This young guy walks right in front of him and goes, nope, you can go behind me, like cuts him off. And so because we're like going against the grain, they're all trying to go in the stadium and we're trying to get to our door that way. And then so he goes to go behind him. Well, and that old man, they're both white hair, starts screaming at him, dropping F-bombs, calling him the P word, telling him, you know where you're supposed to walk, you go to the back.
You at that
They were
P
and I'm
You
but I'm like
bloody
nuts to butt with this
yeah.
guy because I'm like following him through the crowd. Meanwhile, my family's behind me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not with him. Like, and I'm like, this guy's screaming at us, but we went through anyway.
Well,
It's
back in the
fine. We
80s,
went
they would
through.
start headbutting each other.
yeah.
That's my time.
Get the
I like
blackjacks out. Let's start whacking some teeth.
I like a good hooligan headbutt.
Yeah. Well, but so then we saw Man City, and then we left Manchester. We had a day in Manchester on Sunday where we kind of just walked around. We went to the football museum.
When you're doing that, is your boy, like, even though he plays soccer or football, is he into the museum or is he just kind of like, come on?
That museum he was, because there were 3 or 4 interactive booths where you could go
Yeah.
in and actually kick a soccer
See, that's
ball.
why
and
the
it
Science
had, like,
Center's
a-
got it right.
Yeah.
The Science Center knows that your kids are going to get bored if they just have to look at something.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, come over here and kick this real
Yeah,
quick.
exactly.
So they don't get bored.
So it was cool. Like the one room you go into, and it was probably the size of like this studio. Around the base, it had circles that would light up, and you had to like kick
that's
the ball and hit it. There was another one where they had to do penalty kicks, and it was like VR. So that was really cool. But yeah, so we did that, and then the next day we left, and so that Manchester hotel was our home base every time we went back, because we were there 3 times. So we left luggage there with them. We're like, we'll be back next week. Keep our luggage for us.
Will they do that?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they keep it in their like storage room. They gave us like a
They
little
definitely
luggage
went
tag.
through it and sniffed your panties 100%.
So, you know what?
That's a
That's
professional
fine.
hotel.
It's free. I don't care.
Really? You think anything's professional these days? Like, really?
They
If they wrapped it in cellophane,
I know, then
like
I
the
would've
Brazilians do
known.
around here, then
Right.
I would say, okay, you're free and clear. They've stopped doing that, by the way. Now they sell a device.
They have the bag covers.
Yeah.
I did see a lot of cellophane, but
Now they sell bag covers, with the
covers.
name of the tour group. You know, like the name of the bus company. Well, they'll sell those, and you slide it over. It's one piece.
No, really.
And so you don't have to do the cellophane anymore. It's very smart because
Yeah.
they're making extra money on that. It's a brilliant idea.
My suitcase actually broke on me one time when I was over when we did the Rhine River cruise. The
what
last day,
happened?
I'm on this cruise boat on the river.
Oh, what, your
and
dildos vibrate the locks
no,
off?
the thread where to the zipper. It came unstitched from the actual suitcase,
Yeah.
so the zipper still worked, but it wasn't like
Because your
on
lube,
anything.
your lube
Yeah.
probably degraded the stitching.
It was
Come
all
on.
the lube. Yeah.
Because you get your lube at Walgreens. See, people don't think I listen to
Now,
these things.
are you doing other touristy stuff out there, or just
Yes.
watching matches and stuff?
No, so then we left Manchester and we went to Rome. So Rome was that was the week of Christmas, and that was no matches. So,
Okay, how's Rome the week of Christmas? Is it all do they
wow.
decorate a traditional?
Not
Christmas
really. I mean, there
time?
were like the little restaurants that are on the cobblestone streets and everything where they have their patio out. They're all decorated.
Lights, like traditional
yeah,
lights?
traditional like an ivy, that hangs from their trellises and stuff like
But it's
that.
old
Yeah.
school Christmas decorations, not the gaudy
Yeah,
corporate.
no, I didn't see
Frosty
one
the Snowman.
inflatable.
Okay,
That was a Olaf.
Yeah.
Give me an Olaf
I
and
didn't
an
see
Elsa.
one. Yeah, there was no snowflake stick in the ground. That's like the.
I want a
snowflake
Coca-Cola
lights.
Santa Claus.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was very traditional.
Throw inflatables in front of us with some garbage.
We had a really cool thing planned for Rome, but we ended up canceling it for 2 reasons. Because it was on Christmas Eve. We were going to do a golf cart tour of the city at night, which I thought would be really cool.
God, so Rome does the same thing Sanford does. Great job, Rome, you POS.
But we realized we had already walked pretty much all the streets and seen everything that the golf cart was probably going to take us to, because that was day 3. And like the first day we were there, we had a walking tour. So we hit a lot of
Also,
stuff.
can I talk about golf cart tours for just a hot second? It's not impressive to me because it's like quick. Like the technology is so like you just press the button and you go really like you take off. There's no. I hate to steal your word, but there's no grit. There's nothing interesting about it. It's just like, here we go. Like, I need like a mad horse. I need a sad horse. I need something
I didn't see
different.
any
Some animal
horses.
cruelty
Yeah.
mixed in.
I
It
need-
does
I
make
didn't
it
see
better.
any horses.
I need
in
a
Rome.
buggy. I
There was no
need like a
buggies.
vintage taxi, a vintage convertible. Like
But
something.
they're like tiny. They almost look like the little Pope Mobile.
Okay.
But they were just these little tiny golf carts because the
Like
streets
the
are very
gym.
small.
The gym cars.
Yeah, but we canceled it because we had seen everything, and number 2, it ended up raining on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so we were like, let's not drive around in plastic. They had the plastic sides and everything.
Tom would have driven around in it.
We saved a lot of money doing that. Not canceling.
Tom's not
that
afraid of
one.
weather. Tell him about it. Tell him about it, my friend.
Let's talk about the tour for a second.
Yes, the walking tour.
You're very anti-tour.
Any tour that I've, and this, I'm painting a broad brush here, but any tour that I've ever paid for in any country I've been or place or
Yeah.
whatever, it's like, here's the tour, you wait with another group of people, you get on the thing, and then you sit down, and then the tour guide starts talking, and you, like, during the middle of it, I always think, I wish I was somewhere drinking.
Yeah.
Guess
Yeah.
what? Guess what? We stopped to get drinks.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but then,
We picked the right tour.
You're not wrong.
And then it doesn't make me feel like I shouldn't have done it, but it does take a little bit away from it because
I get
I'm
antsy.
like, I paid for this. I should be enjoying it more, but all I can think about is just somewhere drinking.
You shouldn't admit
Do you
that.
know the tour I do have one tour I liked. I have one tour I liked.
Just one?
Like literally one
Okay.
that I thought it was the first time I ever experienced this and I thought it was cool. The guided tour where we just had the headphones on that you and I did of Alcatraz,
Oh, that'd
where
be
you
cool.
could take it at your own pace.
Yeah.
Like you
I
could
did
walk
one
up
of
to the thing and
those.
hit the button and listen to it,
Yeah.
walk over here, hit the button, because you could circumvent the line. You didn't have to go with everybody else. You could get it. You could hurry up and get it done.
Yeah, we
getting it done.
almost-
But then I feel guilty. I'm
Right,
like, why?
yeah.
Why I'm running through Alcatraz now? And I'm like, who cares?
More realistic.
Drinks!
It's more realistic running through Alcatraz.
But then I'm like, why did I pay for this if
Yeah.
if I'm just hurrying to get back to drinking?
We didn't do like that many tours
I'm
so that
joking.
it didn't
You're onto
hold us
something.
from drinking. Yeah. No, we tried. We picked, that was a walking tour. So my husband picked it and we walked 9 miles that day. I mean, there was
I
a
hate
bus.
walking.
There was a little bit of bus involved. That was when it took us over to the Vatican.
Okay, hold on. Bus is worse than walking. I hate being on buses with other humans.
It was
Yeah,
only
I
hate
10
it.
minutes.
No, but I hate it. I just hate it.
We
in
walked
any
home from the
capacity, like
Vatican.
even the shuttles. You know when people go like, "Hey, we'll park at this parking lot and we'll shuttle you to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch
you
the
would've
Super
hated
Bowl."
this trip.
No, thank you.
You would have hated this trip. We got off our plane onto buses. We didn't even land at an actual terminal where
land in
I
a
forget.
field.
We were in we were in Manchester. They're doing a lot of construction on their terminals. There's only one open, and they literally landed us just on the tarmac, and then we had
Get
to
it
wait on the
together,
plane
Manchester.
for buses to show up, and they took the 20 rows out the back and the rest of us out the front of the plane, and we got on buses. And I looked at my husband, I'm like, we're supposed to be at the hospitality suite in 45 minutes. I'm like, we're on the bus. This is not good. But we made it.
There is something cool that I've always found cool.
Tell me.
And about getting off the plane with stairs onto the tarmac.
Oh, tarmac. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like I don't. It's inconvenient and it's
like the smell
loud
of it a
and
little
there's but it's
It
just
feels important.
like it feels like you've landed in, because the regular, like when you go through the what is it called, a jetway or whatever, like you go through the jetway, there's nothing that really says I've landed in a new place, because now you went from one airport to another.
Yeah.
They all both look the same, and then you have to get out and stuff. But I like getting off the plane and it's like shit, you hear the engines, and then you walk down
and you can feel the
and
temperature.
the temperature
Yeah.
change, and then you're on and it's loud, and
Yeah.
there's people with construction vests, and you're like, oh, I'm in a new place.
Well, you shouldn't be there. Like you're
Yeah,
normally,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it feels a little. I think you're discounting that 1% of naughtiness. It's like literally. Okay, there is a.
I'm like, I
bigger,
can throw my shoe into the engine.
I think
no
that's-
one's stopping.
I think maybe that's why you like it, is because think about that. It is like what, 0.5% more dangerous to be there? It's not dangerous.
No,
to be
no,
there.
no, of course,
But
but-
what if that airplane? What if one of the engines malfunctioned and one of those rotor blades came flying out? It could chop your feet off.
It just feels like I've flown to a new place and I've landed, and
you've
now I'm
accomplished
here
it, and you're
instantly.
there. Yeah,
because
yeah.
the jetway, and then you finally leave the front of the airport. It's like, okay, like a lot. I like landing, get out there, make it loud. You're like, oh, I'm here.
Yeah, with
You
that
know.
said, not to go back
No,
to
no,
it, but
yeah,
that
yeah.
is one of the other reasons why I like the Bright Line. They only give you 2 minutes to get on and off. So when you
Oh,
get
dude.
off, you're running. It's
yeah,
not,
yeah.
they're not, it makes it feel more real because they're like, get the hell off my
Yeah,
train.
we gotta keep going.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh.
We talked about that because we were waiting for our train to go somewhere. And
Oh, yeah, tell
we're
us
wa-
about these trains. You took a lot of
We
trains.
took a lot of trains.
I
I
like
mean,
trains.
because we took the tube a lot, just to get around like local London. But then we also took like faraway trains. So we took a train from Manchester to London. So it's about a 3-hour ride. It's like it would be like going to Miami. Unfortunately, they decided they were doing some construction work on some of the tracks. So there was no direct train from Manchester to London and vice versa, like we had done last year. So we had to get off at Sheffield, and Mike looks at me, he's like, we have 15 minutes. And I'm like, great, I'm carrying a full luggage, and a lot of these places you don't want to wait for the lift because everybody's got luggage and everybody, or strollers, and so you want us to go up and down steps. I mean, I beat the hell out of Mo's luggage. Great quality. The wheels were great.
I like that.
Because they were up and down. It went up and down so many steps and escalators, but there was the one tube that was near our hotel in London. You get there and there's two ways to the tracks. There's the lifts that you can take, or there's 175 steps in a spiral staircase straight down, and there's no coming out of it. And so there's an announcement going on. It's like, attention, There are 175 steps to the platform. Please do not take the steps if you can't handle it. So nobody walks up the steps. We took the steps down the first time because I was like, oh, what's 175 steps? I mean, we looped and looped and looped and looped, but we made it down. It was fine. But yeah, and then there was another tube station that had 195 steps. That's
funny
like
that
that's
they tell you the steps.
Like that's 15 stories down. Mike did the math.
You know,
I don't know, it's something crazy.
We had Europe beat with our term for underground railroad, and they call it a tube. We call it a subway. Our name is cooler until Jared Fogle ruined it with his goddamn pedophile ways.
Yeah, the tube.
And now they have tube and they're beating us.
It doesn't sound tough. The tube doesn't sound tough.
Yeah, it's stupid.
But train travel, there, you have to be on time, and it leaves, we were watching, it said boarding at this time, and it said departs at blah, 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 and we watched the one train, and as soon as the clock on the wall hit, 9:02, that thing was gone.
No, they love staying on time.
Oh, I loved it.
They're public transit, and we've got it in bigger cities in the United States, but outside of the big cities, nothing.
It's not the same.
And the infrastructure will never be built because
you have to have a vehicle. You have to have transportation.
It's too late. So the only
we're too big, to be honest.
And we'll die before this happens, but maybe our kids will experience a super effective way to have public transportation through electric vehicles or something like that, and we'll see that. But until but we don't have. There's no way to build the infrastructure.
Right.
We've already segmented our communities in a way that we can't.
Setting our stuck in our ways.
And I mean, at the end of the day, we're way too big to be doing that. I mean, if you look at the areas over in Europe that are all traveling to each other in train, it is still a fraction of the United States. You know what I mean?
No,
so
the countries are so compact.
Yeah.
And my mini documentaries, I've been watching. I don't know why this has popped up on my algorithm, but why America is a land fortress that'll never be conquered.
Probably all that propaganda you've been digesting, buddy. I think I know why. I wonder why this is in my algorithm. Maybe it's because I'm buying survival food by the gallon and buying guns.
I don't know why they're presented to me, but I get lost in these mini documentaries.
I'll go watch about the fortress.
And then pack his bug out bag.
And then it just talks about how America, just the geography, we have two giant oceans on both sides, and then between Canada and Mexico and stuff. And then even with the Rocky Mountains in the middle, and then the ability for us to get goods through the Mississippi river system that is so efficient to go from the Gulf to the river.
That's an anomaly too.
Yeah. And then so we can get goods and services easy
We're
to
pretty
report.
Smart.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like we just looked at the country looked out, and then in Europe, every country that you could be fighting with is all around you, surrounding you, and then there's no giant natural.
That's why we need Denmark.
It's so.
And it's
it's really awesome that they're all so cramped because there's so much travel. It's just so easy to be I'm just gonna go to Rome for Rome's a little bit harder to go to. I mean,
Did you go to the Vatican?
We did. So that was part of the tour. We went to the Colosseum.
Do you know that Jelly Roll sang at the Vatican? That's a really big deal. I'm not making a joke here.
My mother-in-law sang there as well with her choir.
He did that new song with. He's got a song out that's a Christian song, and it's arguably his most famous song. And out of all the stuff he's done, that's the one that I'm like, dude, you got to do that. He got to sing. I think it's Alex Warren is the name of the guy.
Okay.
Hard Fought Hallelujah is the name of the song.
Yeah.
And Jelly Roll and that guy, I think that's right. They got to perform it in the middle of the Vatican Square, which that's insane.
That's cool.
To get to
the
see
Vatican
that.
is weird too.
Yeah, we were there when it was all set up for the Christmas mass because we were there 3 days before Christmas, so all the white chairs were out, because that's where they do. Yeah, so that was really crazy.
I mean, even to be involved in the Christmas mass at the Vatican is probably some year waiting list.
No.
We
could have gotten tickets. It's free. They told us how it's you go the day before and you
gotta
walk
bring
up.
2 cans
you walk
of
up
soup
to this little
and you
line.
put it in.
There's this little line with a security guy, and you that's the line we could have got in to go into the actual like church and everything because we stayed outside.
You got to bring 2 proofs of purchase from a Whopper.
He told me you just ask for it and then they just give you tickets and then you just come back.
Maybe it's not as sought after as I thought.
Did you guys ever do that? Just hard pivot, but did anybody ever were poor enough to bring, you'd cut the side of the soda can out to get Busch Garden tickets?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mine was Six Flags.
Yeah. In order to get free tickets or stuff, my dad be out there with the shears cutting the side of a soda can.
Oh, yeah. The Dade County Youth Fair, like every year, you would turn in some sort of,
to get in.
Coke product or whatever.
Yeah.
Some sort of coupon that was printed on the side of
that's
aluminum
a fair,
can.
and the Vatican's free. That's wild to me that you could just like go and stand there. No, there's not many church ceremonies or services that would like really get me, but I don't know if I think it'd be almost virtually impossible to not be overcome with Christmas magic.
Oh, yeah.
If you're standing or, the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, Jesus, whatever you want to call it.
It was really cool.
That would be really neat.
It was really
awesome.
cool to, walk through all of that and, just very interesting to walk through all of that and think of like who else has walked these halls.
Jelly Roll.
I mean, that was the first thing that came to mind,
It
actually.
should have been. It should have been. He's America's
poet
laureate.
But, that was really cool.
What was the worst thing you did, Tracy? Because that's what I mentioned.
I like the cut of this man's negativity.
I don't want to hear about anything good.
Give us that bad. You diarrhea your pants?
When someone tells me how good their vacation is, I'm like, get to the bad part. That's all I care. Does that make me a bad person? Because
I think it makes you a podcaster that has a show where that
you need entertainment.
Hearing
I'm sorry I didn't spend that much money to have a horrible time, Tom.
Well, hearing the good parts, I'm like,
jealous.
I wish I was doing that, but I can't. But hearing the bad parts, I'm like, good, you wasted your money.
Well, hold on. Okay, no, I can't say because you and I have private conversations. I'm not gonna.
We won't bring that one up. No, I might have gotten a little too hammered one soccer match, and it maybe didn't go over very well with my family.
Well, I wasn't gonna bring that up. I was not.
We're not allowed to go into details because may or may not remember them.
You know what? You are so Tom and Dan it hurts because that is such a thing that we would do, right? It's almost like your initiation. Like when you feel, it's like I hear you say that you got too inebriated at a sporting event and may have embarrassed yourself, and Tom and I look at each other and we look at you and we're like, she's the right woman for the job.
I wasn't embarrassed at all.
No, of course not. You were living your best life.
I was fine. I was great.
When my wife gets drunk, I'm like, yes, I can get more drunk now.
Yeah, no.
That's all I think.
And I never get that.
That didn't happen.
I never get
They
that.
got mad at me, but then bought me WhiteClaw in the train station so that I'd have WhiteClaw, 2 of them to ride home with. So
WhiteClaw tastes different?
How was it finding?
It does, and they didn't.
it.
It tastes slightly different. The can is slightly smaller, and the percentage is slightly less as well.
Okay, it's a smaller can?
Yeah,
it's already
I forget
a pretty
what it
tiny
is.
can.
So this is the other thing. So I realized that that our alcohol over here, content wise, is much more than what they pour over there.
Oh, you were telling me that.
Because we're big, strong Americans, Tracy.
And we like
to
drunk
get
Americans.
We like to get drunk. Europeans, they think they like to get drunk. America likes to get drunk.
So I'm ordering doubles because it's a standard. But yeah, their standard, like if you were to order like a vodka soda, their standard is a 25 milliliter, where America's like 44 to 50. So it's like double.
Yeah. But what they have that we don't do because we consider it a problem is they'll drink all day.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? They'll drink all day long and they're fine with it.
Yeah.
And,
we're a 5. They're a 4.5.
And we drink all day long. We got friends and family writing us emails and stuff.
The can fit a little bit smaller in my koozie that I had with me.
Hey. That's a personal question.
I think
that means you need to do Kegels.
So what is? Why would you say that?
It's a comedy show.
Tracy helps us.
Trying to throw some jokes out there. I'm sick of her stupid good trip.
Yeah,
what the
worst
worst thing was we didn't do anything on New Year's Eve. We had grand plans to do something on New Year's Eve.
What were you gonna do?
And then at the end, all of a sudden, my husband,
where place were you
So for New Year's Eve, after Rome, we went back to Manchester, caught more matches, caught the Liverpool match, and then went to London for the week of New Year's. And so we were supposed to be on a boat in the River Thames watching the fireworks.
Wow.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
I mean, that is...
Yeah.
I love fireworks and I love boats.
Where do they do them?
Too.
Like
and
around
I had a
Big
really
Ben?
cute outfit, I thought. So I'm sorry.
Like, where do they do the fireworks? At like an iconic place, like a
Yeah,
Big
at
Ben?
the eye.
At the eye.
Right at the
Okay.
eye. They do it all right there. So you're not right in front of it. You're on either side because there's the two bridges on either side of the eye. So the eye's, kind of in the middle of these two bridges. So you'd be right on flanking the bridges. Well, my husband started doing some research. I don't know why he didn't do. He started reading more reviews and whatever, and he's like, I think this is going to be miserable.
Look at this. There it is. Look at how that looks.
Oh, that's cool.
I got the pictures up right
Yeah.
now to show you what the London Eye offers. You can see this at youtube.com/.
Yeah, I watched that in my
I do
hotel
like your
room.
husband's style because I do this where my wife will plan the whole vacation and then I'll only do research about it on the drive to the thing we're going to do and then start saying how we should do it.
So here's
Wait,
the
so
thing.
you talk about on the way there?
Like,
Here's the
I
thing.
kind of like that.
I
actually.
won't. I
didn't
won't
plan
even.
I kind of like that.
I didn't plan anything. I
I
planned nothing. I
Like,
planned one thing, and it was to go to the
So wait, you.
whiskey tasting.
Let me ask you just one question, then I'll let you
Which
explain.
always goes
Do
over
you
well.
plan it? So you've
No,
planned it.
no. My wife plans it. I don't know nothing about it.
Okay, you get in the car and then she starts driving you there. You're in passenger seat. You get out your phone and then you start searching reviews about what you're going to, and then you try to talk her out of it. And you have the length of time until you get there to do it. That's kind of cool.
Not even time. Yeah, I'll just be like, hey, have you?
It's like an escape room.
Which is insulting to the person who planned this whole trip 8 months ago.
He
or
planned
whatever.
it, so he insulted himself.
Okay.
No, but he said. I guess he started reading reviews, and he's like, "I think this is going to be miserable. I think we're going to be stuck in a boat where if we're not right next to a window, you're not going to be able to see up because fireworks go up. The boat doesn't have a glass roof. It's cold. You're in like a one of those like a
ferry.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a ferry boat.
Yeah. And then he's like, and then we're gonna be trapped down there with thousands. It's like
did he
Times
not
Square.
read any of this when he booked it?
I don't know, and that's fine with me. But
Trap
I was
your
like,
family on a boat.
okay,
You're in a
that's
different
fine.
mentality though.
Yes.
Once you've already been there a long time, and then you're
Yeah.
tired as
Yeah, it's
hell.
like day
Yeah.
18.
Yeah, you're hungover,
Yeah.
and then so when you booked this 8 months ago, you're in the comfort of your living room. You know, you were
And
fantasizing.
it sounded great. Yeah.
You know what it is? When you plan these trips, you always fantasize about the best
We
case
talk about it.
scenario ever, and you're just like, and the fantasy of it always better than the actuality of it. And then when you find yourself there, you are on a stinky ferry boat,
Yes.
freezing cold with a bunch of other tourists. They make you
Yes.
hate American tourists.
Yes.
Like,
and
Didn't you
after-
read that? Didn't you read that one time? Didn't you tell me that the chemicals you get from the planning of the trip are more
Greater.
than you get
Yes,
from?
of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you hear that?
Looking forward is it's human psychology.
But
I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's that way for
like the
most humans.
anticipation from everything is usually greater than what what it leads up to. But I mean, at the end of the day, though, this was a really epic trip to be able to do 5 matches. I mean, we met players. I got
you met a famous player, and I'm blanking on the
Yes,
guy's name.
Keith Jones was he
No,
played for Chelsea.
The good-looking black guy you met.
That was Keith Jones.
No, he was?
Yeah.
He played for Tottenham.
No, he played for Charlton and he played for
No,
Chelsea.
you sent me a picture, and then I Googled his face. I swear to you.
That's him. No,
And
that's
I
him.
ran it through the thing, and he played for Tottenham. I'll show.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Did
we're
he play for
confusing.
Tottenham?
I think we're confusing a
maybe.
player.
'Cause-
But this guy's a stud. She got to meet a bunch of old
Yeah,
British legends.
I met Bob Boland, who was he played for Charlton.
You got to touch and hold the loving cup.
My son did. I did not. But
I don't
that-
even know how that happened. So some little old man gave Mason
Yep.
the ability to hold the most precious relic in their division. Like, here, we won this. Here, son, hold this.
Yeah.
It was that old man. It was his birthday,
That's
and their
wild.
supporters, and they were like all these old men at a table, all like
Yeah.
There
They were
probably
drunk.
12
That's
of
why
them.
they handed it to
Yeah,
you.
and it was funny because they brought a player out to meet him.
That's cool.
Just to meet him. They came in his slides and everything, and then I took pictures because nobody else was taking pictures. The old man and the player are looking at me, so I'm snapping them with my phone, and I go over to him like, do you guys want these photos? Like, no, I have your photos. You want these? So I sent those over to him. It was really
That's
crazy.
neat.
And that stadium, crazy to say, the Charlton Stadium, we literally watched players walk in the door. We were walking from the store and around the back to go to our door to the hospitality, and it says players entrance. And I look at my husband, I'm like right there, right there.
Yeah,
right
like
there.
this is where they
Right
walk
there.
in.
Smaller clubs.
And then all of a sudden, this kid walks by with cleats slung over his shoulder and just goes in the door. And I look at my husband, I'm like, Okay, so that was a player, I guess, that just went in. I have no idea who it was.
And you know what's fascinating? I think you would like this, Tom, is that those guys, some of those guys are, let's say because what division are they in? Are they two down?
No, I think they're just under. I just think they're one down.
Just one. Okay, so just one down.
But Charlton's at the bottom.
You have EPL, and then you have, is it Charlton?
Yeah.
So they're on the bottom level,
and
let's
they
say,
Coventry.
of one league down.
Yes, he would love this.
Of the Standard Premier League. What's crazy about that is literally they're so close to being on the same level as the guys that are being paid 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, $100 million. One level below, and they'll have to have a second job. That dude will be like literally working at a pub,
well, did you see,
working at a steel mill.
Did you see?
And then he'll get done, drive up, get in there, and he's a great player.
Did you see the upset? So the upset the other day, and they
Well, I know Wrexham had an upset where they
Mansfield or something like that.
Well, there's so many mans. Yeah,
no, it was a huge upset in the FA Cup the other day, and the guy, they just had a video on Instagram. He went back to his first grade PE class to teach.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah. They just upset. Who was it? Who'd they throw out?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll
anyway,
we'll figure it out later.
But I do have gifts for you. You don't really like football and soccer, so you don't get as many gifts.
That's not fair.
I know.
How dare you?
Hold on.
Brandon,
You need to stick up for yourself. That
you don't
is
want
not
my junk.
fair.
You've already told me.
I just got a text from Kay Rollins yesterday. I was a former brand ambassador for an MLS team.
You are, but you
Look
don't
at
wear
that.
I
hats.
hosted at one time the 13th biggest soccer podcast in the United States.
You were just going to put the hat next to the Halloween bucket.
Sports. We made 7th.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We made higher than 13 was Tom and Dan. These are great, Tracy. Thank you.
So this is for Maisie.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And then these are for your.
What is this?
Real chocolate. This is a dairy milk. That's that Cadbury dairy milk.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Cadbury dairy milk?
And then
It just melts in your mouth, man.
And then I brought you a program.
Yeah, game day program. And this is a good one because this is against Aston Villa, and we've got him.
Oh, we did.
The Cadbury kid rides again.
Find this man some pain pills. Stat.
And then, sorry.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, what is this?
For your hat.
Oh, thank you.
Or for whatever.
I got an
They're just
Arsenal
pins.
pen.
They're Mason picked out
Thank you, Mason.
the stadium pin for you.
Yeah,
'Cause
that
he's
boy-
like, oh, get him the stadium.
That boy's got good style.
You didn't give me a jug of cologne from the duty-free shop?
What kind are you wearing these? Let's
because
talk about that. What kind
you're
of cologne
just
do you
gonna
rock
put
these
my
days?
stuff in the garage next
you.
to that Halloween bucket. I know you.
I want a
Thomas.
jug of CKY.
Here, if you want,
That
this
is-
is
Thank
a
you.
cool
I'll
Arsenal
take it.
bag, too.
Yeah,
You
thank
can
you
keep
so
that.
much, Tracy.
You're
That's very
welcome.
kind
You're
of you.
welcome. You're welcome.
A lot of people don't know that story. If you're a newer radio listener, when Tom was playing and practicing daily with the Orlando Predators, he hurt his shoulder and he became addicted to pain pills. And
I didn't become addicted to
You were
bagels.
addicted for a
now
small
the
part.
doctors gave me some, and then I liked them
A lot.
Oh, yeah. and then when they were done, I'll do anything.
and
to
my
get 'em
wife,
back.
Tom and my wife they like each other, and they're very similar. Very logical people. And my wife had come into I don't know why she had so many Cadbury eggs, but she would leave you 3 Cadbury eggs on your
Podcasting
chair,
seat.
on your podcasting seat every Friday to do the Friday Free Show, and you whoop them down. Because if anybody listening to this has never tried the combination of extreme sugar and pain pills, you need to because it's great. There. Did I say that okay?
All right, Tracy, we
Thank
got to
you.
get out of here.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling us about
thank
your
you
trip.
for my gifts.
Hey, you're welcome.
Appreciate the hats.
You're very
Thank you so
welcome.
much.
You're
I
very
will wear
welcome.
them so much.
Also, if you want to advertise with T&D Media and Tom and Dan, email us. We all have an email.
You might be
Tom,
working with Tracy.
Show Tracy, yeah, and just send us an email and we'll get you some numbers.
There you go. If you want the numbers,
Love numbers.
shoot us an email.
All right, we will see you tomorrow. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got Jon Busdecker here.
Hey. Hold on, let's do it. You want to do the thing?
Okay,
We haven't done this in a minute. Let's do it right.
Oh.
Wesley Willis.
That's some grade A human content right there.
Thank you.
That's
Hold on, wait for it.
Oh.
Hey.
That wasn't John. I pulled that hey.
For me?
Yeah,
For me.
I pulled that hey from
I'm not
you.
really in the song.
No, I slide you in there.
He died, didn't he?
Wesley Willis,
I
yes.
think he died.
Yes, he did. That's
Uh-huh.
why you because I love you.
Thank you. I appreciate
you one of the best theme songs I ever thought up to create for a person on the show because I do enjoy some Wesley Willis and Steve Albini and all of the songs that he did that because he was what did he have, schizophrenia?
I thought he was autistic or schizophrenic,
Somewhere.
maybe both.
Yeah, I mean, that's close. And then he was, I think, homeless at times, and he had, but he played music and put out a lot of records. Go look for Wesley Willis. There you go.
Of course, Jon Busdecker is with Mo DeWitt and justcallmo.com.
Indeed.
He couldn't be here today, so I filled in.
Well,
we
Mo's a busy
appreciate
man.
He is a busy man. I am not, so I can make the sacrifice to be on your
busy.
show.
You're busy.
Yeah. I see you setting up the tent at all these different events. And, you know, like you're
You're a good tent man.
You're
Yeah,
a
yeah.
1010's
Saving on labor costs by doing it myself. No, we were at Rib Fest. We actually were at the Rib
You were a
Fest
big
last
sponsor,
year.
I thought. Of Rib
We are.
Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun event, community event, good time. So
Some would say no Mo, no Rib Fest, and what Mike and 1010 have done with Rib Fest.
it's great.
It's great.
Yeah.
I've only been once, but I will be again because it's one of those things that like everybody can do barbecue, everyone can do chili, but I think the rib component of it is it's easier to cook. You can get more entries. It's just a good idea.
I will say it was last week, so if you're listening to this, you got to wait till
you
next
gotta wait.
year.
Yeah, you got some time. You got some time.
So
It was a good time though.
So what else has been going on, Busdecker?
What
do we got coming up?
What do I got coming up? Well, I should say Mo-wise, be a VIP because we are giving away a cruise. So just go to justcallmo.com/VIP. Sign up for that. So next week we're actually going to give away the cruise. Finally,
To somebody
who is a VIP has to be a VIP
and then you sign up for free
Yep.
at justcallmo.com.
/VIP.
/VIP, and then you'll get a metal, like a kind of credit card that says, you're a Mo VIP.
Yeah. Your name's etched into it. We'll mail it to you, and then we give away tickets throughout the year. We do dinners. We do all kinds of free
Gatherings,
stuff. Yeah. And
meetups.
also, whenever there are events, they get first dibs on everything.
Pretty awesome.
On your radio show, Busdecker.
Yeah, the Orlando Shine Show.
The Orlando Shine.
Have you heard? I mean, these guys have been really investigative journalists.
No,
over
I
here.
wouldn't say we. I will give it to Brendan.
I mean, these guys are like a
Yeah,
couple of Action News reporters. in
Uh-huh,
here.
yeah, the Woodward and
Digging.
Bernstein.
Have you seen the work that Orlando Shine Show Brendan O'Connor has been doing?
It's words, so you got to read them, Tom.
Some would say
How
that.
dare you.
Some
I'm
would
just
say
saying.
that Brendan, local aficionado, superpower partier, and my favorite gay man, Brendan O'Connor, is pulling back the feathers on what's happened to Orlando Swans.
That's true. He just posted something on what's been going on with Lake Eola and the Swans and all that. And
Yeah.
not just that they've been dying, but really sort of digging deep.
Yeah,
into
not
it.
the company line. He's been talking to people.
So what's going on with it?
They're all dying.
I would go to OrlandoShine.com and read it. It's called Death in the Water, and it's more than just that they're dying. That like who's in charge and what's happening with the water quality and what
Yeah.
they're feeding them. Stuff
It's a
like
lot.
that.
It's very complicated.
It's a long story, but it's very well done.
Yeah, he did a great job on that.
Well,
You're a little piece of that. Well done.
I read it. I helped him sort of edit it.
yeah.
But yeah,
well, good
I
job.
worked
You
a little
guys did
bit.
a good job. It's really well
Thank
done.
you.
Well, I mean, of course, I urge everybody to read the article, but I will say the water quality for the Lake Eola is very poor.
Yeah.
And you
Well,
can see it.
That's coming from scientist Tommy. He knows. He can just look at it and tell.
It's also
actually-
like 5 foot deeper. Like it's three. The damn
Well,
thing's a shallow pond.
A lot of water from downtown when it rains, it
Yeah.
all drains
It
into
goes
Lake
there.
Eola. So there's a lot of storm water that goes into there.
Yeah,
as well as people just probably throwing stuff in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
That
I
are
throw
walking
stuff in
around
there
Lake
all the
Eola.
time.
Plus,
I have stopped since all of the hubbub with the Swans. I have stopped, but I would throw all of my old scooter batteries in Lake Eola.
cigarette
I
butts.
would drive by and I'd launch them out the sunroof of my wife's car.
Also, I mean, there's a lot of swans that live there, so they all poop in there. So there's water quality issues as well. That's a whole nother thing. But anyway, go read it. He did a really good job.
How many swans are there?
Well,
So
like
good
there's
question.
two
No,
left
I-
out.
no.
We had like 20.
No, we had like 70. There's like 70 that live there.
70?
Yeah.
25
but
are
20,
dead.
some of them died, maybe 30 at this point. But according to Brendan, he talked to an expert that does like environmental consulting, and that person said a lake that size, if it was like in the wild or something like that, a 20-acre lake or 28-acre lake, it should actually just have 2 swans. Based on the size of the lake and
But
how
we're
many
American.
should live there. Yeah, but
And we like it bigger and better.
But Lake Eola has
2
like,
swans.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
going for this one. We need a bunch out there.
You look, I love what you guys are doing, But I think Tom and I speak for all of Orlando
Yeah.
when we say 2's not enough.
No, we need 50 swans
50
out there,
swans at least.
Busdecker.
51. 51
All right.
swans
And we need to paint some purple for Orlando City.
You know, light up swan. They can have different personas.
Oh, my
Actually,
God.
the real question is, do we really even need swans at all?
Oh,
at
now
Lake
you're
Eola?
taking our
What?
swans away. Whose side are you on? My
I don't
God.
know.
Of course
I don't
we need the swans. In fact,
It's the only thing we
dude,
have.
I just came up with an idea.
I love it.
Okay, here we go.
I'm signing off on it, and I don't even know what it is.
Yes.
That's how this works.
We're quitting the radio, right? Right, Tom?
let's do
Yeah.
So I know Buddy Dyer, right? I
Who's with
loosely.
me?
Hold on, I know him better than you do.
Okay, yeah, but we
you
both
can use my connection. I'm offering
yeah,
it to
but
you.
I
And
mean,
we
we
have
both
limited
know.
time because he's on his way out. Lame duck.
Yeah.
Lame swan. He's a lame swan.
Yeah.
I've actually eaten a banana on his porch.
Ew. I wouldn't say that. But
True
you
story.
look like you would do
I
that to
actually kissed him on the
politicians.
cheek one time, too.
My God.
So we got an in with the city, right? And
Mm-hmm.
what if I broker a swan deal where Tom and Dan bring in more swans?
Yeah.
All
kinds of
swans. yeah.
We'll get some crazy ones.
Yeah. And then we know Savannah, and then she could put us into some bird guy.
You want to put
We-
gators there?
No, not
Put a
gators.
bunch of alligators around that swan. That's actually not a terrible
Not
idea.
a bad idea.
We can get any.
What do you want? We can get
TNT
anything you
Media
want.
can get any animal you want.
We have a capybara in our bathroom, and we need to get rid of it. So.
Yeah. And then through one
can
way
hear
or
him
the
banging
other,
on the door.
and then we'll bring in 50 swans. Dude, we could charge $1,000 a swan.
Are you going to tell me you're going to get these swans to fight each other? I
No,
feel like this is where it's
no,
going.
get out of here,
Yeah,
Buster.
I feel like you're
I'm running a
swan fighting
I'm a
ring.
legitimate business.
We're running a legitimate
You're the
business.
Michael Vick of
We're
swan
not, we're not
fighting.
some podunk, ridiculous poacher.
You're training
yeah.
these swans to hit each other.
No, they're a little smaller than the normal ones they're running, but it's fine.
And then here's the thing: we gotta lay low and then just bring them in at night. We'll bring them in by the truck.
Well, I thought we'd fly them over and drop them
Well,
in.
they clip their wings too.
Yeah,
by
that's
the
why
way.
I'm gonna fly them over and drop
Yeah.
them in.
They'll
'Cause
glide
they can
down
land
with
in the
little
water.
parachutes,
They can
maybe?
land. No, they'll glide. Tom's right. They
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
Tom knows. You know what? For a second, can you stay out of man's business for a second while Tom and I work out how we're gonna drop these swans out of a helicopter? Do you still have Death Wish Dan?
Yeah, but they can't get. I need a
We
bigger.
can each. I can
No,
carry.
I
I
can
can
get
carry
us a
one
Cessna.
swan under each arm. We can drop. We can drop 2 an hour.
I just figured you'd want to gamble on these swans somehow.
No. This is above gambling.
I've never heard these words
Gambling
from
was
Tom
2025.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
2026.
Because here's the thing:
He's been on T-ball games. He's telling this is above.
like Brendan's article and all this swan talk is putting pressure on the city to
Yeah.
get the swans in there because everybody's like, "Oh, your swans are sick."
We got a whole mess on our heads,
Yeah.
Dyer.
It doesn't make Orlando look good. All our swans got some disease, and everybody's like, "Oh, they're dead bodies everywhere." Part of our service will be getting rid of the dead bodies before the goddamn media gets in there.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
One of the problems is
try to answer it.
One of the problems is that the people that take care of the swans.
I'll say I'm not an expert, but go
No,
ahead.
you're not.
All
But
right, go
but I
ahead,
know
go ahead.
you know a decent amount about the
Maybe.
story because I've read more than Tom has, and
Oh,
you've read
that's a
more than
fact.
me.
That's a fact.
So we have the cycle of
Okay.
knowledge here.
All right, go ahead.
The problem was that they were getting conflicting reports of things being reported because there was a city line of this is what's happening. And then the people that take care of the swans are
Yeah.
saying, yo, no. They're almost like in a weird way, sort of like, for lack of a better term, but this one's popular these days. They were sort of whistleblowing.
Yeah.
That,
From what I understand, there
Right.
is a volunteer group that sort of takes care of the swans, and the city has some role in that too. But I don't think the volunteers felt that the city was doing enough
Right,
to
there you
take
go.
care of them, and that they were dying. And
So
not
that's why
really
they're bringing
saying
in Tom and
anything.
Dan, 'cause they need somebody who cares.
I don't think anybody disagrees that bird flu happens and birds can die. Like this happened 2 years ago, and they took care of it. I think it was from what I understand, the sort of gap between it's happening now and nobody's doing anything, and nobody's doing anything. Now it's time that we have to say something as a volunteer group. So I think
Gotcha.
that's where the
And
disconnect was.
This is a little known fact, but Tom and Dan, we go way back with swans at Lake Eola because one of our first events that we've ever had
Yes.
as Tom and Dan, and we're talking, this is 17 years ago. Like we got accused. One of our listeners got accused
Molesting a swan.
Molesting a swan.
Was he beating it up or something?
No, somebody said one of our
he kicking it
listeners.
around?
No,
I believe it.
Somebody said one of our listeners threw a piece of house siding at a swan's neck.
they
I
bring it
remember
with
this because I got the email. No, he was accused of taking like a piece of siding and throwing it at a swan's neck and hitting the swan in the neck.
That sounds like a
true story.
WWE match
True
from when I was
story.
in high school where they would just do these crazy matches.
True story. I remember texting Tom. I'm like, oh, God, one of our listeners broke a swan's neck. Tom's like, what?
I'm like, I don't care. Well, no, I shouldn't have said that.
It wasn't true.
I
It
said
wasn't
that
our
behind
guy.
closed
No,
doors.
It wasn't
just
our guy.
another random
It
person
wasn't our guy.
throwing
No.
siding at a swan.
Yeah. We get accused of that. How dare anybody that
Still haunts me to this day.
So,
Hey, you're the swan siding guy. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
So what else has been going on, Buster?
Get us off of it.
Put me on the spot. I don't know. I mean, it's
sorry.
like just sort of what I
You've
normally
been
do.
everywhere, though. I've been seeing you all over the place.
I went to Marco Island for New Year's.
Nice.
Never been. Got to play some pickleball for the first time.
Marco. Dog the Bounty Hunter lived in Marco for just a little bit of time, and he moved away.
I don't
Said
think
it
they'd
stinks.
allow him there. It's fun.
You probably crossed over Crystal's grandfather's bridge that's named after him. in
Really?
Long
What's it
Island.
called?
The Herbert Savage Bridge.
Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
You
should've
don't look
just
at the
called it-
brown signs on the bridge name. Every time I look at all the
I
bridge
do.
names.
There's some of them. I like the ones that are weird Southern names. Or I love those. They should have just called it Savage Bridge. Sounds awesome.
No,
I'd never been before, but I did get to play pickleball, which is a lot of fun.
So is that your first time playing pickleball?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It was fun. I can see why retirees get into
You got
it.
the itch? You got the pickle itch?
Maybe.
gotta-
I might be a little too young to play it. I
You're
don't know.
gonna go up to Gronk's place. We have Gronk has a place here in town.
The first time I know
What is it called? It's like Slam Yard or something.
yeah.
I know what you're talking about. They have
come on, down to Slam Yard.
like 50 courts.
Yeah.
So the first
50
time
courts, 50 tabs.
It's funny because I was on the
Crush yard.
southwest coast as well over
Same time?
the New Year's weekend. Yeah,
You didn't even text me?
what
the heck?
I was in the Minnesota Key, and then they
Is
had
that like the poor version of Marco Island?
yes. I'm glad you brought
All
that
right.
up. Yes,
All
it
right.
is.
Just making sure.
The funny thing about Marco Island, no one named Marco. They're at where Tom was at.
Oh yeah, same roads as Deltona, made by the same person,
Yeah.
which was my wife's grandfather. The Deltona Corporation made Deltona and Marco Island.
Mackle brothers.
So take that, Marco Island. You're not that fancy. you're in bed with Deltona or cousins with Deltona.
Yeah.
Anybody's cousins with Deltona,
Not good.
you can't get away from that.
You cousin with Deltona.
Same. They got a Providence down there on Marco Island, and they got the
they
same.
got a Montecito.
Yeah, they got the same
got an
name
L-cam?
roads.
Give me an
Yeah, they
L-cam.
got an L-cam and Marco Island. Same roads as
Yeah.
Deltona, Marco.
People that live in
You're
Deltona.
not that fancy.
You were
know that.
never. Well, you would have been poor enough to live in Deltona, but you came too late
Yeah, I
from
guess.
Detroit. Yeah.
Anyway,
you strike me as buying your first home in Deltona. You would have been that guy. Yeah, we all did.
The
We all did.
first time I played pickleball was over the New Year's Eve break. And
With your kids?
Yeah, my kids were there, yeah, because the resort we were staying at had like pickleball courts, and then my kid, it was like free to play.
Yeah.
So we like the
Were you
first time
crushing it? Were you just like hitting it
What'd
in
you
their
think?
face? And
I'm like, this is tennis, which I knew already. It's like it's big, it's small tennis, big ping pong, which I know.
Hold on, that's the name of our show. Wait, am I small tennis and you're big? Yeah, I'm small tennis and this is big ping pong.
well,
And
it's
then-
easier to keep the ball in the court. Like tennis can be
It's
difficult.
slower.
Yeah.
It's slower,
Well-
right?
well,
because you're using
But
a
that
wiffle
ball's
ball.
hard. Like
Well,
if you hit it hit
yeah,
your
yeah.
face.
But it's a wiffle ball,
But I'm
right?
also
It's a harder wiffle ball, but yeah.
I'm running around and stuff, and I'm like, it's better than this ping pong, which I had a ping pong table,
I
and
love
then
ping pong.
I migrated over to the ping pong table, and I'm like, this is better.
Can I ask you a serious
There's
question?
A ping pong better than pickleball. Pickleball better than tennis.
Let me ask you a question, because for a hot minute, and a lot of our listeners that have been with us for decades would know this, you became like borderline obsessed with ping pong, where you had a ping pong serving machine.
What? They make those?
He's a good
I didn't
player,
even know
man.
they
He's
made
a
that.
good player. And he got better. Like you started, it was almost like pre-gambling. You were dedicating your life to ping pong, and I was down for it. It was cool. this is my question, and there's no shade at all because I like ping pong. In fact, I miss the times when we would go and you do this ping pong like
tournaments,
promotions.
I like ping pong.
And
Ping
then
pong's
little
fun.
Red would show up and crush everything. Oh, it's fun. It's fun. So what stopped ping pong? What was it? Having Tommy? And you had to clear that room? Like, what's because
I
you
already
were
got
hot.
addicted to drugs in the last segment.
You were really
drugs
hot.
better than ping pong.
You were hot on the ping pong, and like it seemed like this was going to be like something you would hold on to as an old man going into your 40s and 50s. I would have bet you were going to be an old ping pong man.
Well, and this happens to a lot of people with hobbies that I even know, and I've seen with friends that have this. Like, you get into a hobby, and then it's good at the beginning. It's kind of like starting a business.
You had a table. You had an automatic surfing machine that your wife bought you.
All hobbies,
awesome.
all hobbies and small businesses are only good at the beginning. All right?
listening.
The learning process of going from horrible or nothing, like the business doesn't exist, to up and running where it's actually working, and then like I guess the comparison to the hobby is that you get good enough to be better than amateur or someone who doesn't have this. You know what I'm saying? And then what you realize after you get to that point, after I get the surfing machine, I have the ping pong table, I'm playing a lot with friends and stuff.
Were you playing in the afternoons while you're having a highball?
And then just like small business, and then you talk to someone that is really good at business or really good at ping pong, and you see what they're doing, and you realize no amount of work or practice will ever get me to this point. And then you give up.
But like, it can still be fun. Like, you don't have to be the best at it.
You said the wrong word, my
yeah.
friend. Fun
Really?
is not something.
Because like I know I'm
actively-
never gonna be an amazing hockey player, but I still play because it's fun.
He likes to do
Yeah,
things
no.
that he feels like will pay off later, not just pay off at the time. Like like give him some vibe or feeling. Or you know.
but then knowing that there's other people out there, because then I would have these tournaments and Little Red would show up, or someone that's really good at ping pong.
Yeah.
We had a couple good ringers.
And then I would not even stand a chance.
So what?
It blow the doors out. Well, then I want to give up, Busdecker.
But you're
Because
never-
I'm
I
like,
mean,
I'll never be as good as him.
Don't you run these Ironmans and stuff?
No, well, I hate
Or
those
whatever.
two.
Okay,
you
but
see what he
like-
did? He low key bullied you. Did you
But
see what
no,
he
what
did?
I'm saying is like you're
He
you're
knew
not
you don't do
ever-
Iron Dance, but he said it.
Yeah.
That was a
Whatever,
low key
whatever
passive
you call
aggressive
them,
diss.
aluminum mans, whatever you do.
Now he's really doubling
like-
down. This guy's like low key textbook, a really, really
No,
good bully.
What I'm
You're an
saying
excellent
is
bully.
like you're never gonna be like the world's fastest any of these things, but you still do them.
Oh, are you trying to talk about it? Are you trying to get him to give up? Are you trying to get
Well,
him
I'm
to give
giving
up?
up. I'm glad you brought it up. I'm giving up after this
What if
next
you
one.
did? What if he's like says this? What if you don't even make it? You're like, you're right. Take your workout clothes, shove it in the trash.
Yeah, because it becomes where I'm like, I'm just getting incrementally better. But these people that are insanely better, they have more time to put
They're
into
rich.
it.
Rich people can do stuff
But
like
they're
that.
genetically better and smarter. They're just better humans.
We didn't say
You know-
smarter. You didn't have to add that.
You know how hard it is to look at someone and just have to admit they're better than you at all.
I do it all the time.
Who cares?
I literally
It's hard
do
for
it
me.
all the time.
I don't want to
It's
look
like my
at
whole
it.
life.
I like to hang out with people that I'm better than.
You
They're
needed to
better
be-
than me.
You needed to be short because, like, I have had
You're right.
a huge level.
You're
of,
right.
Like,
I grew
any
up too
room-
normal.
Yeah, you did grow up too normal. Any room I go into, and I'm like, oh God, I'm the weakest always. And when you're the weakest in all scenarios, you get
Yes.
immune to it.
Yeah, I hate being an average white guy. It sucks. Besides from the little bit of perks. cops
Our
and
buddy
other stuff.
SJ, I did not know this, but you know our buddy SJ, who
Yep.
helps us with computers around here, he says I was a ping pong state champion in Jacksonville, 1986 for 12 and under.
Wow.
I mean, maybe it's time to dust off the
Yeah.
old. That we need anybody got a ping pong table they'll bring to our next event. I'll run
What
it.
did you do with your ping pong table?
I had to sell it when I had kids.
Didn't it
Busdecker.
get rained
Buy
on?
it
Why?
smart.
Because you don't want your kids to have fun on a ping pong
No, they're
table.
babies,
space,
Busdecker.
for
You don't
space.
understand babies. And then it turned the ping pong room turned into a baby room, where like they put a bunch of like tiles down and
you got to put down the little squishy tiles, and you got to throw blocks
Yeah.
everywhere.
yeah. Then I had to sell the.
Maybe
ping
you
pong.
need a hobby that there's no competition.
No, what's the fun of that?
So, like,
competition's the only way to know if you're better than someone.
Our ping pong table is one of the only things that you spend money on, and as soon as you buy them, they're worth $0. No, I'm dead serious. Because like
TVs,
you've had
any
hundreds
exercise
of.
I've heard them at the side of the road. They're like, "That's a good ping pong table."
I'm making myself
It's a little
laugh
warped.
now. Do you remember when you were like the active buyer and trader?
A ping pong table.
And you knew you had like the blue ones, the green ones, the bigger ones, he had so many ping pong tables and he was brokering them for other people.
Well,
I'm telling you, he got into it as a hobby. He really got into it.
We'll end with this, with the ping pong table buying story. I was on the radio.
I missed these. Fun Tom like ping pong.
I use radio like my own personal Craigslist.
Old-timey trading.
Or Facebook Marketplace, where I would just say things.
Radio.
I would say things I wanted, and then the listeners would email me, I have this thing.
Even Angie's List. He'll do it for services.
I'll sell it to you or give it to you or trade it to you or drunkie or whatever. So I do that a lot. Almost every week. I just go get free stuff from listeners. I'd still do it now, but I'm a little more ashamed. I'll just tell you the truth.
I like it. I love it.
I
We're
just
learning a lot.
I have a top 10 list of wants
They're
every
like,
week.
you came all the way to DeBerry for a free ping pong table, Tom, and I'm like, I feel
What do you
embarrassed
think's
now.
the biggest
But
thing you
it's
ever
drunkie.
got?
Oh,
Probably a ping pong table or jacuzzi, right?
I said I want a ping pong table, and some listener emailed me and said, "Hey, I got a ping pong table. I'll sell to you for $20. Or not, come get it. I don't use it anymore. It's in my car.
Seriously, it's always like, oh, I'll sell it to you for $10, and I'm like, well, are these things like literally worthless? Because I thought they were hundreds of dollars.
And then I drive to the worst parts of town.
I thought was this the college guy?
No. This is a story where obviously this listener's giving me a free ping pong table. I'm gonna stop and get him like a 12-pack of beer, and then,
just like a pedophile would a girl, just like you would on To Catch a Predator. You bring some, smear it off ice, and you're like, hey.
So I'm like, I'm gonna trade. This listener's nice enough to give me a free ping pong table. I'm gonna get a 12-pack of Bush or whatever the hell.
I do. Why'd you say Bush? He's horny.
So I stop by, get a 12-pack of beer, and then I
That's
pull up.
dangerous too, because you might end up playing and drinking with the guy.
I pull up to this hellhole. It was like a real bad part of town. And then I go up to the door and knock at the door. And then old redneck answered. He's like, hello? And I'm like, Jeremy? I'm like, are you Jeremy? I'm here for the ping pong table. He's like, Jeremy's my son.
Oh, my God.
And it was a 14-year-old boy.
Yes!
And it looked like I was a pedophile.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, I'm Chris Hansen. Why don't you come on in here?
Was the
Tom?
dad selling it or was Jeremy selling it?
No, it was this boy. It was
Why isn't
the
that
dad
boy
had no
working
idea.
for it? That's a good salesman.
The boy, and then I still got the ping pong table.
I like that.
And I kept the beer.
I like that nothing. I like that you
Nothing
powered through
stops
that.
me.
I like that nothing stops you. I think I would have been like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then they would have been like, hey, how do you know Jeremy? And I'm like, and I just get in my car and drive away.
Here's the thing. Poor people don't care about pedophiles that much.
Yeah.
Only rich people do.
Yeah. Well, ultra rich, they do.
Yeah. They're the ones
Then it comes back around.
Poor people live in no fear.
Yeah. The poorest people can navigate them, and the richest people can navigate them.
All right, Busdecker. We did a lot of that today.
We did a lot of bad today.
Just call Mo. Injured on the go. Just call Mo. Sign up to become a Mo VIP because you really do get access to a ton of free events around Central Florida that are
Solar
top
Bears
quality
games, and we give away a lot of those tickets
And
too.
you heard it.
And these are top quality events that Mo puts on for free.
The Christmas event with Santa Claus was like the greatest thing.
Well, good. Good. We'll probably do that again this year.
That was so fun. My daughter loved it. That Santa Claus was just he was
great.
He was amazing.
Savvy Santa. He was great.
That guy's great.
And we will see you tomorrow.